Welcome to Hello Monday, where Rachel talks all things ballet and fitness, sharing strategies and techniques to help you start, grow, and create a thriving business using your passion for ballet and fitness. And here's your host, Rachel Withers.
Hi there, hello, and welcome to another Hello Monday. And it's been another beautiful day today. I think the weather is going to be changing in the UK, but anyway, I hope you've had a great weekend, and I hope you've had a brilliant start to your week. So please say hello. I always love to know who I'm chatting with. And as I say, welcome to another Hello Monday, when we talk about all things that are about ballet and fitness, and really about how to build your ballet fitness business, your fitness business. And tonight, what I'm going to be talking to you about is really Jedi marketing concepts, and we're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to talk about a bit of Star Wars tonight. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so I thought we'd talk about some marketing concepts that are really Jedi. They're going to really help you focus. They're going to really help you build that fitness business and just make you think a little bit differently about marketing, perhaps. So just going to see who's joining us tonight. So hi Sarah, hi Steph, hi Nicola, hi Deborah. Lovely to have you here tonight. Let me know if you like Star Wars. I would love to know if you like Star Wars. And Steph is still in Bermuda. I saw a comment, Steph, and I'm going to reply back. Didn't get a chance to. It looks like you're having an incredible time. Wish I was there. Completely wish I was there. But hey, you'd miss a Hello Monday, wouldn't you? That's what would happen. So hi, Victoria. Great to have you here tonight. So yeah, she is lucky, isn't she, Deborah? Let me know if you're a Star Wars fan. That's what I want to know right now. Are you a Star Wars fan or aren't you? Because then I'm going to know whether you're going to like this Hello Monday tonight. It is going to be relatable to your fitness business. So I've really got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. So we're really going to have a great session. Thank you for sharing that, Deborah, with me. So I'm going to start. I'm going to get on with really Jedi concepts for marketing, and that's what we're really going to be talking to tonight. So really, whether you're a massive George Lucas diehard kind of fan or just a recent Star Wars kind of dabbler, since we've got to say, and I'm going to say this, since Disney really purchased the Star Wars franchise from the Lucasfilm, and that was in 2012. I'm just looking at my notes here, in 2012, and guess what? They bought that for $4.05 billion. And a lot of the George Lucas fans were a bit dismayed that sort of Disney got this, but Star Wars has really become more watchable for a wider audience, and it has reached in 2015. I'm just looking at my notes. It reached an all-time high of $2 billion in the box office sales. $2 billion, but what I really wanted to share with you is this wasn't just Disney's doing. It's about some concepts, some Jedi concepts that Star Wars, that George Lucas really delivered, that made this what it is today. And that's what I say is what I'm going to be sharing with you. So please, let me know if you're a Star Wars fan. Let me know what marketing concepts you think, what Jedi marketing concepts you think we can use, we can learn from, and I'll keep looking at the comments box as we go through. So the truth is here, and the truth is really that Star Wars has been legendary for years, and over the past 43 years, the brand has produced 9 films, developing an estimated franchise value of $63 billion, the 5th highest grossing media franchise known in the universe. And as I say, it really has, it's been legendary for years. I even remember one of my birthdays was, and it'll be 1977, because I'm going to share that with you. But in 1977, all my school friends, we went to watch Star Wars for the first time, and then we all went and kind of had pizza after it. And I really remember Star Wars, and I think that's why I have such a love of Star Wars. It just was complete escapism. It was amazing. Hi to have you here. Sorry, I can't see your name. So let's begin with this. And as I say, tonight I'm going to talk about how we can look at how to reach a real place of influence with your fitness business using Star Wars as our Jedi. So, as they say, let's begin. So a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars made major headlines. Actually, as I just kind of told you, it was only in 1977. It was in a time kind of when the first film tapped into audiences, it tapped into the subconscious, and it really created that unquestionable thirst for escapism, for adventure. And I was completely in awe of it. I thought it was just incredible. It just took me to a completely different place. So what I'm going to start with here is I am going to share with you some of the main story themes that feature in Star Wars. And I can kind of, if you want to kind of put some down for me, because this will help you. This will really help you kind of think about what themes you can put into your messages, what you can do with your storytelling. Hi, Nancy, great to have you here. What you can do with your message, what you can do with your storytelling, because it is about when you are marketing, it is about telling a story, it is about evoking emotion. And so I'm going to share with you some of the main story themes that feature in Star Wars. And if any of you guys can think of any, put them in the comments box. I'd love to hear. So first one, let's it's the good versus evil. It's that, and then it's kind of all those power struggles and the necessity for love and for friendship, and all about courage, and really cultivating courage, and all those kind of trials and tribulations that because it's a classic coming of age story as well. So it's got all those trials and tribulations there. And if you think about it, matching all of that, good versus evil, power struggles, and think about love and friendship and that cultivation for courage, and think about perhaps how that can be kind of used into your messaging and used into your storytelling when you're really reaching out to your audiences to really attract clients into your fitness business. And I'm just going to say, if you match all those story themes with that dramatic score by John Williams and the special effects, and I'm just going to do some catchphrases for you, like "May the Force be with you," that complete kind of mystique about the surrounding space and exploration of space and everything, you instantly have a brand that people are intrinsically drawn to. You really do. Hi there. Sorry again, I can't see your name. Sorry about that. But hi, great to have you here. So it's really about pulling people in, getting people drawn into your brand, into your message, into your storytelling. So let's talk about now. So how can you, excuse me a minute, how can you incorporate the power of the Star Wars story into your brand, into your messaging? And yeah, hey, I know kind of we're not in the film business, but we really, really can learn from this, and we really can incorporate a great brand into our strategies. So we're going to start following some steps here. We're going to start following these Jedi concepts. That's what we're going to do. What I want you first of all to do is I want you to figure out what your underlying message is. You need to focus on it. You need to focus on strong messages that make your audience take action. And think of how Star Wars uses the coming together of adversity, coming together against adversity, and how, we really are going against evil for the greater good. And really, I want you to think about that. Hi, Adrienne. Great to have you here. What I'd like you to do while I'm going through this, and I've made, the first point, which is to focus on strong messages. Just pop in what some of your strong messages are that you want to put towards your clients, to your audience. And if we put them in, it's going to be, a real collaboration as we do this tonight. So please share some of those messages that you want to get to your audience so that we can really share that with one another and collaborate. So that'd be great. So I want you to figure out, first of all, what your underlying message is. And you really need to focus on a strong message that is going to make your audience take action, that they're going to come to you, they're going to want to sign up, they want to join your classes. So I want you to think about that. And I'm going to share a campaign and I was going to try and pull it up for you, and I'm sorry, I haven't, but I would like you to look this one up. It's a campaign that has an absolutely incredible message, and it's the Always campaign, Like a Girl. And just Google it and watch that video. It is amazing. It is such a strong message. It has such focus. It's the Always campaign, and it's called Like a Girl. And really, really Google that, because what that did, it really built confidence in its customers, in its clients, about tackling perceptions of gender limitations. And it really combined such a strong storyline with such relevant points. And that's what you need to do with your message and your story that you're going to tell. It's really about tackling, sometimes a really important message that's relevant, that has relevant points. And when you do this, where you can put your stories, where you can put your messages, is you can use them in blogs, you can put them on your website, you can put it about your about page, and you can put it into your videos and your social media posts. So what I want you to do is, I really want you to think about your story. Think of your audience as perhaps the hero, and you're going to take them through a story to get to where they want to be. Or perhaps you're the hero and you're going to go through some stages to where you want to go. And hi, Nancy. Good health versus unhealthy. Exactly. That's, good against evil. It's that kind of thinking. And I say about your message and your story, and you can put it on your about page. I've shared with you on a few occasions about my story, about how from being a dancer, lacking confidence, to then starting and building this business, going through my stretching my comfort zone, really going through it, facing obstacles, creating a community, having that support network around me to build my business. Think of it in this sort of way. Think about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you another Jedi concept. And this is the hero's journey. This is a storytelling framework, and it is exceptionally popular. And what it does, it goes through 12 steps. And this is a process that I'm going to share with you tonight, because I really think it'll help you be able to explain what you do, why you're doing it, and your journey. Or you're explaining as you are the mentor and your audience is the hero. So there's different angles to look at this, and I really want to share you the framework of the hero journey. And Deborah's saying flexibility to restore strength in the body. Absolutely. So these are all things that I kind of want you to be putting through and keep popping them in. And what is the hero's journey? As I say, it is a popular storytelling framework, and it was used in the film it was used in the film Star Wars, the first one. It's been used in The Matrix. It's been used in Toy Story, and it's been used in recent Marvel superhero films as well. And it's very in vogue. And even though it's in vogue today, it is actually a rather old form of story structure. And in the and I'm just going to look at my notes again, in the 1949 book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, scholar Joseph writes about the hero's journey. And that's where it really, it comes from this, it's a very old form of story structure. And how it works is it's the usual hero adventure begins with someone from whom something has been taken, or who feels there is something lacking in their normal experience available in their life, and then this person then takes off on a series of adventures beyond the ordinary, either to recover what's been lost to them or to discover some life-giving elixir, and it's usually a cycle and a coming and a returning, and that's how the hero adventure, the hero journey works. I'm going to go now deeper into this, and I want you, if you've got a pen and a notepad ready, I want you to take some notes here, because I want you to think about how this can apply to either you as the hero, your audience as the hero, you as the mentor, or somebody else as your mentor that shows you the way, that takes you on a journey. And I want you to go through this 12 steps journey with me. I want you to go through the 12 steps, the hero's journey with me, because this is a Jedi marketing concept. I tell you, it really is. So the first step is the ordinary world. That is the first step. This is where we meet our hero. And in the Star Wars, that 1977 film that I went to watch with my friends, we meet Luke living a bored and isolated life on the Tatooine backwater desert planet. That's where he is, living a bored and isolated life. He's an ordinary man with ordinary problems. So that's step one. So I want you now to think about step one, that ordinary world. Is that ordinary world you? And we're going to talk about somebody taking you on the journey, or is that ordinary world for your audience, your client, and you're going to be the mentor, you're going to be that Jedi. So think about it in that way, and I want you to really take some notes here. The next step here is the call to adventure. This is where our hero goes on adventure. A dramatic incident calls them on a dangerous path and leaves that, so that they have to leave that known world behind, and they're going to encounter really kind of fabulous, amazing forces. It's going to bring all sorts into it. So right now they're going to that call to adventure. They're going to have to leave that ordinary world behind here. And Deborah's given me a great emoji here. She's got her pen and notepad ready. Nancy said need to run, but she's going to hear the replay later. Exciting session. Can't wait. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for that. Catch you soon. So think about that call to adventure. Then the next step, which is step 3, is the refusal of the call. And this is where our hero wants to turn back and wants to go home. And this is when the hero catches that glimpse of that unknown world, and they become reluctant. They become afraid to embrace this new call, this new adventure. And in Star Wars, it's when Obi-Wan Kenobi tells you Luke about the age-long struggle between the evil Empire and the rebels. Then he says he will bring Luke to train him in the ways of the Force, and that's that real kind of the refusal of the call, when it's talking about the struggle, and this is where the hero really wants to return back home. And then the next step is meeting with the mentor. So our hero meets a more knowledgeable teacher or a guide. So I want you to think about how this can work for you. Did you meet a teacher, more knowledgeable guide, or Are you the mentor? Are you the teacher? And your audience, your client, your potential client is going on this journey, is going on this hero journey. So the hero meets. So the hero is going to meet a seasoned traveler of the world and receives training and equipment from him or her. And in Star Wars, this is where we say Luke meets Obi-Wan Kenobi. He offers Luke his father's old lightsaber, and aren't those lightsabers amazing? I got myself a toy one. I have to say, I really did. I just was so into Star Wars. And what Obi-Wan Kenobi does, he promises to train him in the mysterious ways of the Force. So we've now got, we've got the ordinary world, we've got the call to adventure. So that's where the hero is going to be, a dramatic incident happens, and they have to leave their known ordinary world behind. They get kind of reluctant and afraid. That's the step 3, the refusal of the call. They get reluctant and afraid to embrace this new unknown world, this new adventure. Then step 4 is the meeting of the mentor. This is where a knowledgeable teacher, a guide, really gives them training and equipment to take them, to really train them on their journey. Then the step 5 is leaving that ordinary world. So what happens here is our hero leaves his or her old life behind. And this is the moment at the end of the first act of the story, really. This is where the hero finally leaves his or her ordinary world and enters the other, or the unknown world. And in Star Wars, for example, Luke returns home to find his aunt and uncle are dead. And having nowhere to go, he then accepts Obi-Wan's call to adventure and goes on a quest to rescue Princess Leia. And that's what we need to really think about here. And that's then there's something that takes them, that they then leave that ordinary world. And I'm wanting you to really think about your story or your audience's story on how this can fit in with you attracting clients into your business. So have a think about that. And somebody's saying, very interesting to use this in marketing. Thank you. It is. I just love it. As I say, I'm an absolute, and I'm sorry I can't see your name, but it's great. And it's used, it is a method of storytelling that is used so very much, and it is great for marketing. It is a great tool. It is a Jedi concept. Then, so we've step 5, we've left that ordinary world. Now, step 6 is it's testing. It's the enemies. This is where our hero is going to assemble a crew, and this is where the hero is tested by his enemies, and he has to recruit some friends who can help him, all of that. So it's really getting everything together and this test here. And in Star Wars, for example, Luke and Obi-Wan recruit a reluctant Han Solo and Chewbacca, and this is then they battle, and this is when they then battle against the Empire's stormtroopers. So they're recruiting their community, they're getting that together, they're getting the support, they're getting that team around them, but they're tested at the same time. And this is, as I say, in Star Wars, when Han Solo is recruited, and so is Chewbacca, and they battle against those empires, those stormtroopers. So think about that in your business. Think about how that can fit. You know, think about your clients creating that community, being part of something, but they're tested, they're still finding something difficult, they're still battling with whatever it is that's they've got to deal with, that's brought them to working with you. Think about it in all those kind of ways, how you can need to do that. And somebody's saying need I hope to that. So thank you again. So really think about that. And then what we need to do here is the step 7 is approaching the allies. And this is where our hero gets ready to do battle. Now the hero and his allies get ready to achieve their goal. This is where they're really working on achieving their goal. They prepare to do battle against the antagonists of the story. And in Star Wars, Luke and his new allies travel to the planet of Alderaan so Luke can train in the ways of the Force and prepare to rescue Princess Leia. And that's what you want to be thinking about. Think about now how they're really getting ready to really achieve what that goal is that your client, your audience wants, or in your own story. Think about how did you get ready to really battle against what you needed to when you faced adversity to really achieve your goal, and how did you prepare for that, and really think about that. And then the next step 8, is the ordeal. This is where our hero faces the greatest challenge or ordeal yet. This is a pivotal moment of the story. This is where the hero can, confront death. This or his or her greatest fear, or a really traumatic experience. So really think about this. Think about that, the ordeal. And I'll refer back again to Star Wars. This is the moment where Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi attack each other with those lightsabers inside that Death Star. And if you've seen Star Wars, and I'm sure a lot of you have, it is dramatic. It's truly incredible. And as a child, I was just amazed by this. And what happens is Luke is looking helplessly on while Vader strikes down and kills his mentor. He kills his mentor. All is lost for Obi-Wan Kenobi. All is lost. All is completely lost. This is Luke's absolutely greatest challenge. This is the darkest moment. This is the pivotal, if I can say it, point in the story here. This is the ordeal. And later on in the trilogy, Luke faces and defeats his father. So all is won, or is it? But think about that. So that's step 8, the ordeal. And just look how you're kind of getting on with the comments there. This is really the greatest way to create your tribe. And thanks, Rachel. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you for that. And I'm glad you're all enjoying my Jedi Concepts to spoiler alert for anyone. Oh, super. Thank you for I appreciate all the support, and I really wanted to bring some fun into marketing. I wanted to bring some fun to this and make you think in a different way. So we've got the ordeal. So let's quickly just recap on the steps to where we are. So step 1, ordinary world. This is where we meet our hero. Step 2, the call to adventure. This is where our hero goes on an adventure. A dramatic incident happens. Something makes them have to leave the known world behind. Then there's a complete step 3. There is a refusal of that call. The hero wants to return and go back home. This is when the hero's seen that glimpse of the unknown, and there's the refusal. Then step 4 is the meeting of the mentor. This is where they meet their knowledgeable guide, their mentor. They receive training, they receive equipment, and this is step 4. Then step 5 is they leave that ordinary world. They have to leave that old life behind. They have to take that step forward. And this is where, the first part of the story really ends and the next chapter begins. And this is when then the step 6 is when the hero really gets and assembles a crew, gets in a community, recruits some friends, all that can help them, and they'll be tested by something, by their enemies, be tested by something. Then the next step is step 7, which is where you approach your allies. And this is where the hero gets ready to battle, where they really are getting ready to achieve that goal, to achieve where they want to be. This is where they're really preparing to really get ready to do that battle and approach their allies. Then the next step is the ordeal. This is where our hero faces the greatest challenge or ordeal yet. So this is a pivotal moment in the story. So I want you to think about that. That is step 8. Then we go on to step 9. Now, step 9 is the reward. This is where our hero, if successful, receives a prize, receives a reward. This is where the hero, after facing or escaping certain death, takes possession of that treasure, receives that reward. He receives a decisive victory over his enemies. that's what you've got to think about in this story, the reward. Step 9 is the reward. And in Star Wars, this is where Luke saves Princess Leia and captures the plans for the Death Star. This is what we got. This was the reward. And now the rebels have what they need to defeat the Empire finally. And as I said a little bit earlier, or do they? But that's step 9. Step 9 is the reward. So this is where the hero receives a prize and takes, really gets it. So that's step 9. So step 10 is the road back. This is where the hero tries to return with his prize to their old life. This is what they do. Typically, there is a kind of, a chase whereby the hero is driven to complete his adventure and bring the treasure home, something like that. And in Star Wars, for example, Luke rescues Princess Leia from that, from Darth Vader with Han Solo and with Chewbacca's help, and he joins the rebels on that hidden base on Yavin 4. And there, what happens? He's accepted as the X-Wing fighter pilot, and there they regroup and plan attack against Vader's forces and the Death Star. So this is where they kind of return back, they retreat back, they go the road back, but they then regroup. So I want you to think about step 10 as well. Then step 11 is the resurrection, and this is where where our hero has one final test, one final battle or challenge. Here the hero is tested one last time and must make a sacrifice before he or she can defeat that primary antagonist. So in Star Wars, Luke attempts to destroy the Death Star, and it is almost shot down. He's almost shot down and killed by Darth Vader. And all looks completely lost for Luke until his old mentor appears in a vision and tells Luke to turn off all the sensors in his X-Wing and use that force. And that was an incredible moment in Star Wars. It really is. Force, use the force, Luke. Use the force, Luke. And I want you to really think about that, because this is, somebody can think about achieving a goal and you take that road back, but then there's another test and there's that other challenge. And if we're ever going to achieve something in life, there's always sacrifices to be made to achieve it. So think of that step 11, the resurrection. Then step 12. Step 12 is that transformation. It's the return with that elixir. That is what step 12 is. This is where our hero returns home at last. The hero returns home, or he continues with his journey, having embraced his identity and really carrying that some element of that treasure. And in Star Wars, Luke uses the Force to destroy the Death Star and returns to the rebels as a hero. And that is where he will continue to fight the Empire using the Force on his side. So those are the steps. And Nicholas said, I haven't seen it, so I'm relating to it all to the Harry Potter instead. Absolutely. That's the thing. You can relate it to, it's so clever. It's an amazing concept, is the hero's journey. It's amazing. And it's a perfect form of storytelling. Now, you don't have to use all of the steps, but I want you to think about that when you're talking about yourself, or you're talking about an audience's journey, when you're trying to attract in. Really think about those 12 steps. Everything relates back to Harry Potter and a bit of magic. Absolutely. Sorry, I can't see who said that, but it's so true. It does. And what I like the hero's journey, not just because I like Star Wars, but because it's a narrative, because it is a narrative device that you can use to tell your story. And you can really then relay your message and really can get that through in your message, in your brand. And I really want you to essentially think either of your audience as the hero and you as the mentor, the Jedi, or you could be the hero and you could go through that journey to explain to your audience how you are now that changed person. What's made you the person you are today? What's made you do what you're doing today? Think about that. And when you think about that, you can use this. You can really use this in your about page, in your blogs, and your messages, in your social media posts, in your emails. You can, when you send emails out to your clients, you can create that story about your journey or their journey or somebody's journey to really get your message across. And think about why you are now, to really explain why you are now the person you are, the changed person, or a client, that why they are now that changed person. What journey did they go on with you as the mentor? So why is the hero's journey important? I think because it completely demonstrates that change is possible for everyone. I want you to think about that I really think it demonstrates that change is possible for everyone. It shows us that an ordinary person can overcome great adversity and defeat their enemies or their fears. And with some help, they can affect the world in some way too. And it's also important as it explains how it kind of, and I like this because it really does explain how popular stories and myths work. So I kind of want you to really think about that. And I keep just looking at the comments. Tell me if you get this. Tell me if you're really relating to this. Tell me if you really think that this can work for you in your fitness business. I would love to hear that. So really let me know if this really is working for you in your fitness business. If you think that you can apply the hero's journey, if you can really do that, I would love to hear that. So what is the purpose of it? Well, the purpose of it is a framework for you crafting a compelling story. It charts the heroic journey of an ordinary person or a main character to becoming a hero. And that's what I really want you to think about. Think about that. The journey of an ordinary person into becoming a hero in whatever that may be. And it's a beautiful framework to really craft an absolutely compelling story. So let me know if you get it. I've got Jean saying, this is great, love this, great emotional marketing. Thank you, Jean, it is. And I'm going to pop onto that a little bit in a moment, actually. And Deborah's saying, all good, really think it's possible way to rewrite my About Me page. I hate that. You don't like, but it does. It's really good for about pages. It really is. It's a fantastic framework to really engage with them, to really engage with your audience. And thank you. And sorry, I can't see your name. You're saying we all feel the force. Thank you for that. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm just going to I've really wanted to explain the hero's journey, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go and talk about using a cultural impact and relevance too, because this is a Jedi concept as well. It really, really is. And while the masterful storytelling really gave the original Star Wars movies their power, it's that underlying relevant cultural references that have, I think, really made it refreshing and relevant today. And as kind of Obi-Wan Kenobi remarks, after sensing the destruction, and this is it kind of really, after sensing the destruction of a planet at great distance, he said, I felt a great disturbance in the force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. And what we have here is, I think we had that George Lucas had seemed to have sensed the same, because if you think about it, it was at a time when hope was actually needed. It was in the post-1970s economic societal slump in the US and abroad. And Lucas had a real passion for history and political issues of the time. And this was happening when he was developing that original movie scripts. And along with the film's relatable hero, Luke Skywalker, and his amazing, courageous journey, this additional layer, this relevance, this relevance really gave the audience a reason for hope. Lucas gave he gave that reason for hope. And I think what's so interesting now is that the latest trilogy, the sequel trilogy, which was released between 2015 and 2019, has really continued to leverage that cultural relevance to grow a Star Wars fan base. It's really done that. And what they did it by really involving more inclusive storylines. And in contrast to that, kind of that original trilogy that actually featured only one main character of color and only one major female character, the new movies practically showcase, they really showcase diversity, including different genders, ethnicities, and as leading characters, and carrying their really global cultural power to the big screen. So what I want you to think about is this: how do you incorporate that cultural relevance into your brand? How do you do that? And I'll just get a quick sip of water, sorry. Because a brand's cultural involvement is, I think it is nearly as important as having positive brand perceptions. And it makes, it does actually make up a full, and here's a stat, it makes up a full 25% of a customer's purchase decision. So it needs to have relevance. It needs to have a cultural relevance. And I want you to think about that now. I want you to think about culture right now. What is relevant to really help you attract clients, attract an audience into your fitness business? What is relevant right now? And I think, we can all think about COVID, and I think about kind of being in a community, mental well-being, really not feeling isolated. And it is so important. And what you need to do is you really can, you need to understand how powerful cultural relevance can be into your brand. And really that way that Star Wars kind of incorporated the female and the minority characters, it really raised the bar. It really did. And it added such a cultural impact. And I want to kind of ask, really, for you to start asking yourself some questions about, Bill, what is your message? What is your brand strategy? What is that for your business? I want you to observe the world. I want you to think about what your audience needs right now at this very moment in history, at this very, very time. Because bring that knowledge, bring that to your service, or if you had a product, a program, a course, or whatever it is, bring that knowledge to your service, to your kind of, when you're attracting your clients in, and think about how you can creatively incorporate this need, this desire through your services. Think about how you can do that. And what you need to do is you need to continually tweak your service to really fit with the cultural needs and desires of what's happening in the moment. Really think about that. And that will always be a development. And let me know again if you're getting this. Let me know if you kind of understand the direction where I'm going with this, because you will, over time with your business, you will need to tweak it. What was working as a culturally relevant 5-10 years ago isn't going to necessarily work now. What's needed now? Think about what is needed right now at this moment in time. And you need to be on the lookout for new cultural shifts. You need to, how is the culture of our time changing? How is that changing? How can you keep your brand, your service, what you're doing, how can you keep it relevant? And as I said, right now with COVID, it really is a need of social interaction, of communication, of building a sense of community. And you really need to be environment. Absolutely, Deborah, all of that. Yes, need to focus on long COVID, come back from, return to. That's a fantastic idea. That is so true. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, I can't see your name, but it is so incredibly true. And think about that. All this, we're seeing this. We're seeing the impact of long COVID. We're seeing that. How can we put that into our message? How can we put that into our brand? How can you really brand, rather? I'm talking way too fast. I'm trying to get everything in tonight. It's a packed one because I love my Star Wars. So I really want you to think about that. And then the next thing is there's emotion. And Deborah raised this earlier. That's emotion. There's the emotional pull that customers do. Customers make decisions based on emotion. And in a recent study, it was shown that 95% of purchasing decisions are subconscious and therefore they're emotional. So while following kind of the steps that I'm saying, the first is creating your story. That's your first step. And then think about that hero's journey, slot that into your story. And then the second step is really making sure that your story is culturally relevant to the time and this place in history. You must remind yourself, you must remember emotions, the emotions that you're aiming to generate for your client, your audience. What is it that you're aiming to generate? That then this emotional consistency really creates a unique connection between your business, your fitness business, between you and your audience. So I really want you to think about that. And guess what? It really is. Emotion is the key factor in which, will really help your audience choose you over your competitors. So I really really hope that this is kind of really making you think. So you want to think, your first step of the Jedi concept is creating a story. The second step is making sure that it is relevant, that it's culturally relevant to the time and the place in history. And then the third step is that Jedi concept is emotion. I really want you to think about those steps. And I want you to think about that hero's journey in that framework, that storytelling framework in creating your story. And just have a look if there's any more comments. So I hope this is kind of helping, because this, Star Wars was its popularity, its amazing popularity, was based on the emotional stir it had, that it created within millions of people, it really did result in a truly crazed following. So here we are, I'm kind of closing here now. So what you got to think is how to create brand emotion in your story, in your message, complete Star Wars style. So what you need to do is you need to remember your story and start that with your chosen emotion. When you're doing it, start off with your chosen emotion. And if your brand story, if it generates happiness, for example, think of ways you can string that feeling of happiness through your marketing strategy. Really think about that. Think about your video marketing, your emotion-based storytelling, through your email sequences, as I said, through your website content. The options are truly limitless. So really think about that. So what I want you to do is I want you to really use your social media platforms strategically and emotionally. And I want you to offer a desired future image. That's what I want you to do. I really want you to think about offering a future, a desired future image. Because the thing is here, isn't it, is the hero is always trying to work towards a future image, towards a place of inspiration that's better than where they are, that's better than the world they're leaving behind. So that's what you've got to be thinking about. Great emotional marketing really does leverage emotion to convince your customers that your service or your product, whatever it is, will really get them to that place that they need to go. Developing your story, your message based on cultural relevance while stringing strong emotions along the way is, I have to say it, a Star Wars recipe for success, for legendary success. So while it still seems kind of simple enough, there are lots and lots of ways you can implement these steps into your brand's marketing strategy, into your fitness business. And I'm going to kind of put this in with your audience completely in that front row position. So if there is one thing that we can take from Star Wars, it truly is this: anyone can be a hero. And the best way to truly strengthen your customer following is by making your audience feel like heroes themselves. As their Jedi, They want you to lead them through their issues. They want you to do that towards a place of transformation with a completely inspiring community of friends supporting them along the way. No matter how many kind of stormtroopers, Tusken Raiders, whatever it is that block their path. And I'm going to kind of close with this. I'm going to kind of, much to learn, you still have my old Padawan. This is just the beginning. And that's from Yoda. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you enjoyed my marketing Jedi concepts this evening. And I hope it's given you during the day, wherever you may be, I hope it's given you a lot to think about, and I hope it'll really help you kind of get your message across, get your story across about who you are. What change did you have? What change some of your clients had? So think about all of that. And just let me know if you enjoyed that. Somebody's saying brilliant, really good, smiling, glad you enjoyed it. Something different, a little bit different tonight. If you're not an instructor, I have a masterclass on Thursday. I was going to do a masterclass for the instructors as well on Thursday. It is World Dance Day. I am going to do a masterclass on a different day for instructors. I'm going to kind of put that together. It won't be on Thursday, but I'm going to probably do that the following week. I'm going to do an instructor masterclass. I'm going to do a masterclass on Thursday for those of you who aren't an instructor. So if the team could just put that in the comments box for me. So anybody who is thinking of joining Bally Be Fit and becoming a member of a kind of Star Wars, a Jedi, whatever it is, please join me for the masterclass on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed that. That is Hello Monday finished. The link has just gone in the comments box. If you're not an instructor, please join me. It is 8 p.m. on Thursday night. I'm going to go through the technique of Bally Be Fit. I'm going to chat about how we can really support you in building your fitness business, building your Bally inspired fitness business, and really sharing some stories of did you like that? Some stories of our instructors who have had their own journeys with Bally Be Fit in our wonderful community of friends. So I hope for those of you who aren't an instructor already that you will join me. And for those of you who are, as I say, I'm going to send an email out to you very, very soon. It'll be to the back end of this week with a date for us to do a really good, fun masterclass to celebrate World Dance Day as well. So I hope everybody's enjoyed tonight. Look forward to, I'm not going to do I'm not doing a Hello Monday next week because it's a bank holiday. So we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. So I will see you then. Take care, everybody. Have an absolutely amazing week. And I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. I look forward to seeing you on masterclass on Thursday, 8 p.m. British summertime. I think that's 3 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to seeing you then if you are not an instructor, and I'll be doing an instructor one the following week. So take care, everybody. Look after yourselves, and I will see you real soon. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in to Hello Monday. Be sure to visit the Bally Fitness Room to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.